Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. I'm going to be going over some questions that I get asked all the time. Questions like, can I actually make money doing lashes? Is the industry too saturated? What if I'm a complete beginner? I thought instead of answering everyone's questions individually, let me just create a video. Whether you're thinking about becoming a lash tech, starting your own beauty business, you're looking at even training with me, hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer idea of where to start. Question number 1, can a complete beginner do lashes? Absolutely. Every lash tech that you see starts exactly where a beginner starts. Not knowing anything and being awful at it. I most definitely was absolutely awful at doing lashes. I thought, this is not good. This is much harder than I expected. One is born knowing how to do anything, you learn it. The difference between the people that succeed and people who don't is not talent at all. It's literally just consistency. For me, I only stayed consistent because I was like, I'm not trying to waste my money on this course. So I have to make it work. I at least have to make my money back, and that's sort of why. And the only reason I stayed consistent, because if not, I would have just said, you know what, forget about all of this lashes thing, to be honest with you. But I'm so glad that I stayed consistent. So if you're to practice, you're willing to keep asking questions to continue learning and improving, you can absolutely build a successful business. Question number 2, is the lash industry too saturated? This question I actually get asked all the time, and once again, I also asked this same question nearly, 4.5 years ago, something like that. When I first started, I was saying the same thing. There's so many lash techs. What am I gonna do? Answer is no. There is a whole load of gyms, there's a whole load of restaurants, there's a whole load of different nail shops, a whole load of different salons. Yet people still choose where they want to go. Why? Because people buy from people. They buy the experience, they buy the branding, they buy the service, they buy the trust. So instead of asking whether the industry is saturated, start asking yourself, what makes me different, or what will make me different? What am I going to do differently to other people? That mindset changes everything. It might even just be a thing of go book with someone that's getting fully booked in the area and see what are they doing right and what can I do even better? Even booking with me and have an appointment with me and be like, what can I do better than her? Let me know too. Question number 3, how much money can you actually make? And the honest answer is, it depends. I've had people that have taken my lash courses and have made thousands a month. I've had people that have taken my lash courses and made nothing. And it is only down to you how much you are going to make. If you only want lashes as a side hustle, that's amazing. I always recommend just starting it as a side hustle. That's how I started, and building up from there. Because sometimes it's hard to switch from having a full-time income to then straight away putting everything into lashes. At the start, it's not reliable, but the more you stay consistent and build up your clientele, the more consistent your income is, and then it starts growing on from there. So you could just be working the evenings or the weekends, or it could be your full-time career. You really earn as much as you work, really. But then once you've mastered that, you can go on to other things and other different incomes. For example, I do have a video on my channel of 8 different streams of income as a beauty business. Things like teaching, online courses, products, mentoring, adding different treatments. There's so many different ways to grow your income within just taking that one course. Honestly, it is really down to you. So I always say there's no need to just see it as just lashes, but it is building your own empire. Question number 4, online or in-person course. And this depends on how you learn. I offer both in-person and online courses. If you're someone who loves flexibility and wants to just learn at their own pace, online is perfect because you can take your own time with it. You can do it in your own time. If you've got a busy schedule, you can just get some done here and there. Online is great for you. It comes with the full kit, everything. You can just get started from there in your own home, your own space, even on holiday, wherever you want to learn. You can also revisit lessons whenever you need to, although I do give that option as well for my in-person students as well. They can also access the online course free of charge at any point if they need a refresher. But if you prefer hands-on learning where you just want to get it over and done with and you might struggle with finding the motivation to get through an online course, I would definitely recommend an in-person. If you want someone there just so you feel more secure in everything you're doing, then in-person is for you. The thing is with my online courses, you can, or online or in-person, whatever one, you can always message me videos, send me videos of your work that you're doing, ask me questions at any point after the course, after you're qualified. So you sort of still get that in-depth that you'd get either in person or online, you still get that. But at the end of the day, it's down to whatever learning style suits you best. Question number 5, how long till you start charging clients and actually making money? And I would say there's no magic number. Some people feel confident after a few models, others need more. The goal isn't rushing, but the goal is to become confident enough to start charging clients for your work. And I always recommend, I feel like I say this all the time, but I tell every one of my students, get at least 10 models after you finish the course. Do them for free, get as much content as possible. By the end of those 10 clients, however long it takes you, it could take you a couple days, it could take you a week, it could take you a month, it could take you 2 months. It really depends. After that, then you can start charging because you will feel confident enough to actually start charging people. But I feel like if you've just done the course, you're not going to want to start charging people. It won't even feel right. It won't even feel comfortable to start charging people if you genuinely care about your business. So get those 10 models in ASAP, free of charge. get the content of every one of them. By the end of that, start taking paying clients. Question number 6. What if I'm scared I'll fail? Honestly, everyone is. This is completely normal to doubt yourself, because doing anything new is uncomfortable. Every successful lash tech I know doubted themselves in the start and just thought, I don't know about this. Or even before taking a course, like, oh, this is just going to be a waste of money. But confidence doesn't come before you start. Confidence comes because you have started already. You've already started the course. You've already started taking on clients. You've started taking on models to start off with. So if waiting until you feel any sense of confidence, you're just going to stay in the same exact place, because it will never arrive. Question number 7. How much does it cost to start? So before I even get into pricings, one thing I tell my students is don't think about it as spending money as you do spending money on whatever you do. This is an investment, because the investment is going to pay you back. I have a few local students, well, I have quite a lot of local students, and sometimes I switch in between a few. But I'm telling you, the amount of money that they've spent on a lash course, I've definitely paid them back in the amount of times I've got my lashes done by them. So even they've had their lash course paid back just from me alone, and not to even think about all of the many other clients that these students have. But overall, you're investing in a skill that no one can take away from you. You can really do lashes anywhere, everywhere you go. And the great thing about lashes is it's not expensive to start. For example, I have a video up on my channel of how you can start a lash business with £350. That's including the course. The course comes with a kit. Your equipment, like a lash bed, lash light, I go over everything. So you go check out that video if you're like, I need to do this on a budget. But that is using the online course. If you are doing more of an in-person course, my in-person course is £450, and that comes with all the kit and everything. I would still recommend you check out the How to Start a Lash Business with £350 if you are trying to go on more of a budget, so that you know where to buy specific things from. Question number 8. How do I actually get clients? I hear this all the time, and this deserves a whole video, which I actually do have quite a few videos on already, so I'll have that also linked in the description, as well as the £350 video. But if I had to simplify it, consistently take model clients, ask for reviews, take content, improve your work. When you build up your portfolio on your page of all different types of clients, all different reviews, people will just start coming in. But that's why I always say, take the 10 models first for free, then that part is just done already. You have your portfolio there, because no one wants to book from someone that has no pictures of their work even on their page and doesn't already have a portfolio of work. But I do have a few videos on how to get clients and also how to keep them, because that's a big thing as well. Question number 9. What differentiates me from another lash course? Valid question. For me, it's the support afterwards. Learning lashes is one thing, building a business is another, and you sort of just learn as you go. Things arise that you would not even expect, and I don't want any of my students to ever feel alone in this whole thing of starting a lash business, because I certainly did when I first started. I was like, I had no one to talk to, and when you're facing those things alone of business, it can feel really isolating and just like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna give up because this is just a lot. But knowing that I am here for you at any point after the course, just to ask a question, or is this normal, or how do I navigate this, can really help. I wish I had that. For me, my goal as a lash educator is for all of my students to have successful businesses. I genuinely want that. So I will do anything I really can to help guide you in the right direction. And that is exactly why I encourage my students to stay in touch with me, ask me questions, annoy me if you feel like you're annoying me with a whole load of questions. I love it, because it shows me how dedicated you are to growing and learning further. Question number 10. If I was starting again today, what would I do differently? I would stop waiting to be perfect. I felt like when I first started, I was waiting for my work to be perfect to even upload anything or even say anything. There's no point waiting to be perfect. Just show up consistently. I would get those models in. I did really cheap sets. That's sort of how I made things work quick. But if I was to start from scratch, maybe I would take 10, 20 models free of charge, get a whole load of content, get reviews from every single one of them. A Google reviews page is good because it will help get your business out there to the people that are searching up lashes in and in your area, for example. And I would also stop comparing myself to other lash techs. It's just a big waste of time. I would just completely focus on just making sure I'm improving, because I found myself, especially at the start, oh my gosh, how are they creating such lash sets? Why are my lash sets not looking like this? It's just so pointless. Comparison just steals time. We ain't got time to waste. The only focus should be improving and just becoming 1% better at least every day. And that's what I would do differently. But hopefully this answered some of your questions. If there's anything I didn't cover, leave it in the comments or drop me a DM on Instagram at immaculate.hq or Alicia the Lover. And I genuinely love helping people figure out whether the industry is for them. If you were to ask me and I hear your story about who you are, the type of person you are, if I don't think you're suitable or I don't think you're going to get anywhere with it, I am not afraid to say that. Maybe you should think about it a bit later on after this or this. I'm never going to try sell you something that or talk you into doing a lash course I think you're just not going to do anything with. If you are interested in training with me, whether that's online or in person, I'll leave everything linked below. And if you're not quite ready yet, I do still have a free Build Your Lash Empire guide, which goes over everything from before even taking a lash course all the way to fully booked and then scaling your business to 6 figures and beyond. So definitely download that too. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far, love you lots. God bless you and your businesses.